If, during the recording of an album, no metadata is returned from GraceNote, don't worry, because the Convert vinyl recorder app will still record it, even though the progress bar remains static. When you stop the recording, the album will save with the generic thumbnail for artwork and a date stamp as the track title. This can happen for a couple of reasons. The first is that the Convert vinyl recorder app requires an internet connection in order to communicate with GraceNote. If no connection is present, then no information will be returned. The second is that the album you have recorded is simply not in the GraceNote database, so therefore cannot return any information about the album that you have recorded. But not to worry, the Convert vinyl recorder app has some very easy to use editing tools to let you manually recreate the entire album if necessary. To edit an unrecognized album, firstly locate the album, which will be called Unrecognized, in your media library. Then short press the generic thumbnail to access the track list. You can see the unrecognized album has a track with a date stamp as the title and a track duration of 1 minute. An unrecognized album will show with a 1 minute duration, even if the album was 10 tracks and 30 minutes in length. This 1 minute is to facilitate editing, but be assured all of your recording will be within the track, as the Convert vinyl recorder app will have recorded everything on the record. To edit an unrecognized album or track, select the More Options icon. That's the 3 dots adjacent to the 1 minute track duration, and select Edit from the options available. This takes you to the edit screen, where you can manually edit tags. To begin with, edit the tags on screen to reflect track 1 of your album. Starting with the track title. The artist, the album title and album artist, and finally the track number, which in this example is 1, and the recording is of disc number 1. Now that the correct information is entered, short press on the Save Tags button. A progress bar will appear at the bottom of the screen. Once the edits have been updated, select the Clear button at the bottom right of the screen. We now need to manually edit the track durations for track 1, and to do this, short press the Edit Start End of Track button. This will take you to the track edit screen. We now need to find the start and end points of the track. We can see that the current window runs from 0 to 2 minutes. This indicates that we are looking at a 2-minute window onto the recording. To locate the end of track 1, we need to increase the window size to beyond 2 minutes, and we do this by using the arrows next to the word Resize Window. Each press of the arrow adds an additional 1 minute of the track. In this example, we will stop at 5 minutes. As this is the first track on the album, we know the recording will start at the beginning of the album, so do not need to mark a start point. We only need to mark the end of the track, and to do so, play the track until you hear where the point where track 1 ends. Once you are at the correct point, pause the track. You can also use the progress bar to skip to an exact point in the recorded track. In this example, I will use the progress bar and skip to 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Now I will play the track and wait until track 1 ends before selecting pause. Now that the recording is paused, press the Mark End tab. The word End turns yellow, and the timing changes to the point where we pressed Mark End. We are also presented with a track duration. To save this recording, press the Save tab. The original recording, which showed as 1 minute in length and had a date stamp as the title, will now be replaced, using the details we have entered. You will see the track edits now saving on screen. Now we need to identify track 2. To do this, select the 3 dots on our newly edited track 1 and select Edit from the options available. Now select the Create Missing Track button. You will be presented with 2 options, to either create a missing track before or after the track we are editing. In this case, we want track 2, so we'll select Create After this track. This will take you to the same track edit screen we were on previously. The difference now is that the Convert Vinyl Recorder app will have automatically taken you to the end of track 1 and marked this as the beginning of track 2. So all you need to do is find the endpoint of track 2. The Convert Vinyl Recorder app will let you know which track you are currently creating at the top of the screen. As we did with track 1, either play the track and pause at the point track 2 ends, or use the progress bar to find the end of track 2. Once you have located this point, select Mark End. Now select the Save button. A pop-up window will now be displayed, where you can manually enter the track title, artist and track number. The album details will be automatically adopted from the tags we entered earlier for track 1. Input the correct details and press OK. Now repeat this process to reveal all tracks on the album. You can see at the top of the screen that the Convert Vinyl Recorder app has automatically prepared us for the next track, which in this example is track 3. It has also marked the start point as the end of track 2. So all we need to do is find the end point of track 3, mark it, and hit save. Repeat this process to reveal all tracks on the album. Remember, the Convert Vinyl Recorder app will automatically mark the start point of the track for you. Once you complete the editing process for your album and have created each track, press the Android back button until you reach the track list screen. All of your tracks should be correctly numbered with the track details and also a duration. The last change we are going to make is to manually add in the artwork for the album we are listening to. The trick here is to have the artwork in your tablet's photo album or gallery. This can be obtained by searching Google Images or by taking a picture of your album using the tablet's camera. Once you have this in your gallery, select the 3 dots next to the words Play All. Now select the Edit option. You can now tap on the generic album thumbnail. That's the generic blue icon. This will automatically launch your gallery. You can now browse your gallery and tap the artwork or image you wish to use. You can now see the artwork has changed, but in order for it to stay there, we need to save these changes. To do that, select the Save Tags button. This will then change the artwork automatically for each track contained within that album, so you only need to do this once. Select the Android Backup button and you will see all the correct tracks and durations for the album using all the information you entered during the editing process. Now you can select the album or individual tracks to play and see all the tags and artwork displayed on the now playing screen. Finally, the last editing tool that you may require is the merging of tracks together into a single album. Should GraceNote return different album artwork and album details for each track, then these will be saved in your media library as separate albums. Once you have selected to save your recorded tracks and use your credits, each track will have a green dot next to it to confirm it is now in your media library. To merge the tracks together into one album, select all the tracks from the same album so they turn blue. Now select the More Options icon on any track that has the correct album artwork and select Edit from the options available. All you need to do now is select Save Tags. progress bar will confirm the saving process. Once complete, all the selected tracks will be in your media library under the same album with correct artwork and album tags. Should none of the tracks have the correct artwork, select the More Options icon on any track and then select Edit and Save Tags. This will group all of the tracks together using the artwork and album tags from the track you selected. You can then follow the steps earlier in this video to change the artwork and manually edit the tags for that album. Just remember to save tags after each change that you make.